Greetings, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday meditation. My goodness, there's a lot going on right now, huh? Let's clear out the energy on this interesting week that we have going on. And I'd like to just maybe go through one, maybe two songs here. The first one is called Uranus, and the second one would be, well, wait, let's go back. We're into the Tao. Let's go back to riding the ox, and then we'll play Uranus if we feel like it, okay? Let's see about this one. Good. Well, that was nice. We have started on a journey, and some of you are maybe just now starting, but we've started a journey that's going to take us all the way up to the winter solstice. And every day we're going to be, if you're on the mailing list, and you should be, if you got this, I guess, you will be getting a verse for the day out of the Tao Te Ching by Wayne Dyer. Now, there are lots of different books on the Tao Te Ching. Some of them are better than others. You may have a favorite one. So I suggest that you join us as a group as we read this translation, and then on your own, just for fun, look at the other translations you may have from other people. And I think you'll gain even better insight. I'm encouraging us all to do the same one every day. If you're starting late, just begin where you begin. That's the way of the Tao. If you start in on the seventh day, you just start on the verse that day. You don't have to go back and pick anything up. Just start right there and be with the group as we march through these verses up until the winter solstice. And if for some reason you missed a day, then after the winter solstice, you'll probably want to go back and visit them on your own. Hopefully the practice will be deep enough inside of you that you'll like that. And that's why I'm asking you to, with your highlighter, to go into the table of contents when you finish the verse for that day and highlight it. You know, you see some highlighting here. Highlight that verse so that at the end of this time, if you happen to be out of town or traveling and you missed a day, then you can go back and pick it up. You'll know which one you left. So that's the idea. But there is a power that we get when we do something together. And I've chosen this book because it speaks to Americans, I think, pretty well, and especially people who haven't meditated. I have people that are tuning in during this time that really haven't meditated that much in this life anyway. And so I'm trying to keep everything kind of easy. You can go as deep into this as you want. And believe me, you can go pretty deep. So that's what we're going to be doing. Also, although I won't be conducting it, there is I'm sorry, I lost my thoughts. There's a discussion group on this week's Tao that's handled by Arjuna. And I'm so happy he stepped in and volunteered to do this. It's a great service for you. It gets you a chance to, you know, talk about what you've read and, you know, what does that mean? And does anybody have an idea what this means? And that sort of thing. So it gives you a chance to kind of talk it around a little bit. The idea is that we're going to do the Tao. And so today, I'm going to explain to you how to meditate with the Tao. It's a little different than any other meditation. As a matter of fact, as I was going through this process myself, trying to ferret out what is the meditation that this particular book and this particular path is evoking on me, the only thing I could come up with was, it's the Tao. Now, it doesn't tell you a whole lot, but I've been kind of moving into the Tao for quite some time now. If you go back in some of my earlier videos, I talk about the nothing spot. You know, I talk about that as being the void. I talk about it as being, you know, the portal into Brahma energy. I talk about it as the Nahual energy, the Nahual, that you, when you name it, that's not what it is. It's now something else. But as I was meditating this week and looking forward to talking to you about the practice I would like for you to use, I kind of ran through a gambit here, you know. The idea is for once you finish reading the book, you sit down, set your timer for 15 minutes. And I downloaded a nice little one that gives me a dong. And anyway, it'll dong at the beginning, and then 15 minutes later, you get another little, you know, Tibetan bowl dong thingy. And just 15 minutes. For some of you, that's going to be a very long time. For others, it's going to be like you just sat there for a second and it's over. No matter what, 15 minutes, stop. How's that? A teacher telling you to stop your practice no matter what. Later on, a couple hours later, you can go back and pick it up. But just 15 minutes. I would rather you go deep than long. You can meditate for 4 hours and not go that deep. You can meditate for 15 minutes with great intention, and you will go very, very deep. So let's go with the intensive one, not the, I've got to put in my time. Let's put in my 30 minutes. Let's put in my half hour. Let's put in my hour and a half of meditation. Yeah, for this one, I want 15 minutes, but I want it intense. I want you to be totally there, totally present. As I was doing this, I found myself, this practice, I found myself going back into some earlier meditations. Over the last 30 years, I've taught a lot of different meditation techniques. I taught mantra meditations. I've taught how to meditate to a mandala, a yantra meditation, walking meditations, sitting meditations, drumming meditations, chanting meditations, dancing meditations, all different ways you can tune into spirit, and they all have value. But this was different. This is Tao. And the Tao is nothing. It is what the Yaqui Indians called the act of non-doing. You're not doing anything. You're not watching your mantra. You're not watching your breath, even though that's happening in the moment. You're not watching it because that distracts you from the Tao. You sit in your comfortable chair in the center of your heart, and you close off everything in the silence, and you sit there. And you may only be able to sit there for a couple of seconds before something comes up. When it comes up, try to figure out what's pushing that thought. Is it ego? Is it rebellion? Is it angry thoughts about somebody else? What is it? Whatever that is, that's pushing you out of that chair, you mentally grab it and you put it right here. The portal into the dissolution of the self is located directly between the center of the heart and the center of the throat. The center of the heart is your intention. The throat is your spiritual will. When you meditate or when you touch spirit, you only use your will and your intention. Will and intention do not require thoughts or anything. They don't require language. It's how you operate. So using an unbending will and intention, I focus on the dissolution of the self. And anything that comes up in my meditation of, oh boy, I've got to teach somebody this, or oh my, this is so good, I can't wait to tell other people, or oh goodness, this is horrible, I hope I never have to do this again. No matter what thought comes up, you dissolve it. And you take those thoughts and those emotions and those feelings, and you just will and intend them very gently. They cannot resist you. You will and intend them into this portal, the portal of the dissolution. the portal that takes things which are emotions and values and things of that nature and dissolves it into the clear light of reality, into the Dharmakaya. It dissolves it into Brahma. It dissolves it into nothing, a nothing that of which everything springs forth, the nothingness which is in everything, the nothing that is between things, the Tao. That is the Tao. So as you read the book, you'll start seeing this. And in your meditation, set my alarm for 4. It's really quiet then. I get up and I read the chapter. It takes me, well, from the time I get my coffee to, sitting down and getting my marker and getting the book and reading the 3 pages for that verse, 10 minutes. It doesn't take long. And then I sit back and I set my little alarm for 15 minutes. And for 15 minutes, I sit in my heart. And I stop my thoughts using my will and intention. If I want to have a mantra, I guess the mantra would be the Tao. Don't watch your breath. Don't use a mantra. Don't do anything. And by not doing anything, things are awakened. So you sit and you want to do things. The ego is always wanting to do something. It's always running around like a little dog, yapping and barking and sniffing at this and trying to get your attention over here. That little dog needs to take a nap. You need to dissolve all of those distractions into the void and come back and sit in your heart. Stop your thought and sit in the silence. Not doing anything, not going anywhere, not being somewhere else, not projecting onto others or pulling things up from the past. Sit quietly, gently. Learn to ignore things like Puggy snuck in and I hear him snoring over there. Sorry about that. But again, a good thing. In the Tao, that is not Puggy snoring. What that is that's him sending vibrations from his being. Those vibrations are going into my ear here and hitting my eardrum. And I'm making the association that is Puggy snoring. I made that decision. I didn't have to make it. I could have made the decision that when those sounds hit my ear, I say, that's just energy. That's all that is, it's energy. And it's taking me deeper into myself. Deeper into myself. I am the Tao. Keep telling yourself that because that's what you are. You're God in the flesh. Be the Tao. So as you're sitting there and you think, boy, I used to meditate like this. I had a mantra. Now, what was that mantra? Stop it. Dissolve that. Go back into the Tao. Be neither attracted nor repulsed. Sit in the silence. With an open heart. Always receiving something that will awaken you. That will pull you closer to your true nature. That will pull you into who you really are. The Tao is God. The Tao is more than God. The Tao is all. The Tao is nothing. And this makes no sense to you at a logical level, nor would it. But as you read about the Tao, you start seeing another meaning, a deeper meaning, one that is not based upon the ego, one that's not based upon religions. Being in the Tao is not a religion. Taoism is not a religion. It is a practice. It fits very, very smoothly with Buddhism. They're almost indistinguishable. They work so closely together. But it also works in Christianity and anywhere else. The Tao is the realization of the divine nature in everything and in nothing. So for 15 minutes, do nothing. Be nothing. Go nowhere. Enlighten no one. Heal no one. Sicken no one. Just sit still. Don't look for the Kundalini to rise. Just sit in the stillness, in the perfection, in the beauty of spirit. Sitting in your comfortable chair deep inside your heart. You start tuning into your deeper, truer nature. The God nature, the infinite nature, that is beyond time and space, that which cannot be described, but is described in everything. It is the Tao. And as you become one with the Tao and start pulling its energy into your everyday life, you will find that your life becomes peaceful, that all of the drama and emotional and energetic, psychic and cosmic energy that's flying around the world right now, you'll be at peace with it. You'll be at peace. And I think that's what we really need during this time. The idea behind this, as we go through the next few months, just right up to the winter solstice, who knows what we'll do after that, but if we just go up for the next few months, we'll be in a mode, we'll be in a methodology that will carry us forward. We don't need to impress anybody. I don't need accolades. I don't need your approval. I don't need your scorn. I'm the Tao. And when I leave the practice of the Tao, I suffer. I start becoming angry and upset and short-sighted, and I have a single point of view, and I don't take in the points of view of anyone else, and my life becomes really horrible. And then I remember the Tao. I take a few minutes to reacquaint myself with myself. The dissolution of all other selves besides my true nature, I dissolve into the Tao. I dissolve it right there in that portal that takes everything into the vastness of nothingness. No matter what I take there, a poltergeist, a demon, a ghost, a fear, an anger, whatever, I put it there. It cannot resist. It cannot fight. It simply goes there. I put it there with my unbending will and my unbending intent that I want it gone. I'm dissolving it, letting it go. As it goes into that portal, it has nothing to stick to. There's nothing there. There's no up or down, no in or out, no time or space. So whatever goes in there just almost immediately starts to dissolve back into the true nature of the universe, which is a divine love. And then filling that spot with love, I go back and sit in my chair, in my heart. And I sit still. And maybe I hear my breath. I said, no, don't look at the breath. Be still, be nothing. Look at the thoughts and then really pay attention to the space between the thoughts. The thoughts are nothing. They are things that don't matter. As you tune in for just 15 minutes, your life will transform. Don't take my word for it. Give it a try, but give it a decent try. Don't just do it halfway. This requires an unbending will and intention. Unbending. Not, well, I don't know, I'll give this a little try, we'll see how it goes. Okay, nothing. Well, that didn't work for me. No. You have to really give it, as they say, the old college try. You've got to pull it together. For just 15 minutes from now until the winter solstice, just less than 3 months away. Wow, I think we can do that. You know, after that, you don't have to. You can go back to meditating an hour and a half or whatever you feel like. But for this, let's just play along with the old man here. Go this path with me. I know there are other books that are much more profound and deeper in meaning than this one. I chose this one because it wasn't particularly deep. There are people that are following us that have never meditated, and they can understand this book. And as they do this practice of getting to know the Tao within them, it will transform their lives. They'll be a better Christian, a better Muslim, a better whatever. A better person. I can hold up the book too. I'm good, I tell you. Oh, well, anyway, my humor. Had to be pretty bizarre to get it sometimes. So let's just do this. We have the discussion group on Sunday before the meditation. And let's do this every morning. Let's explore the Tao. It's a simple practice. You just be the Tao. Practice non-doing. Saying a mantra is doing. Paying attention to your breath is doing. Let's not do that. Let's do nothing and be nothing for just 15 minutes. Sometimes when you're starting off, this will be maybe a form of torture, I suppose, because you have so many thoughts and everything come up. But just keep doing it. You'll find over a few days, it will start slowing down. And as you start one by one, getting rid of those negative thoughts and emotions and feelings and the need to go out and express yourself, to be somebody, the need to be important, or maybe even the need not to be important. Just what is it? Dissolve it. Dissolve it. And then come back to the center of your being, which is your heart. If there's problems in your heart, if your heart is fearful or angry or upset, then release that into the high heart. Heal yourself until you can sit in the very center of your heart. and feel the Tao. This is about you, not about me. This is your path. I'm going down this path and I'm having, as they say, a hell of a good time. And I think that this could bring you into a greater sense of well-being, a higher self-esteem, where you're not comparing yourselves to others, where you're not always having to perform, to impress, but to just be. And let that be enough. If people don't get it, it's not your concern. If they do get it, it makes you happy. Good. Good. But it's your life. You can always stop anytime you want. Yeah. Anytime you want, you can stop. And there you'll be. I've done that. But I didn't like it. Now I'm on the path. My life is amazing. Does it have its ups and downs? Well, of course it does. It's life. People still get sick. People still die. Things change. Some days are good. Some days have their challenges. But just because I'm having a bad day doesn't mean that I did anything wrong. Just because I had a good day doesn't mean that I necessarily did anything right. How do I know? I only know when I go into my heart. Yeah. There's the Tao. And all of its manifestations. And then once I touch the Tao, I just stop. I don't need to define myself. I can just be. So try this for 15 minutes. You set your alarm for early. I recommend 3, 4, even 2 in the morning. Well, you've got 30 minutes, 35 minutes to get up, get yourself a little tea going, wash your face, wake up a little bit, sit down, read the verse, outline it with your little marker, highlight it, and then sit down, set your timer for 15 minutes, and be the Tao. Like that. So have fun. I will try to catch any comments that you have. Also, I really encourage you to become part of our little group of intrepid adventurers into spirit by becoming a part of the Sunday discussion group that takes place right before this meditation at 4 o'clock. And I think you'll have a good time, and life's going to get a lot better for you. When you clear out all of that anger and all of that fear and all of that trepidation and all of that stuff, when you clear it all out. Wow. 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 Yeah. Anyway, it goes without saying, but I'll say it. I love you. I can't stop. No matter what you do, I cannot stop the love. I only wish that you could be afflicted by this too, where it's painful, disappointing at times. I would not trade anything for the love. The love is the divine nature of the divine. It is the Tao. It is our true nature. Namaste.